Hello, my name is Professor Charles Mwewa, author of the biggest book both in content and in size. The book is known as, or is entitled, Zambia Struggles of My People. In the last segment, I ended on John Cecil Rhodes. Cecil Rhodes is still very much in Zambia. Everywhere you look, Cairo Road, the structure of the economy, they are all Cecil Rhodes. Nothing has changed. The monopoly of the economy to one commodity has killed Zambia 40 million times than Zambians are dying from malaria or cholera or any other curable diseases. We must divorce Cecil Rhodes from Zambia. We have changed the name to Zambia, but we are still Northern Rhodesia. We are still following what they did. We must be vigorous in ensuring that the prosperity of this country does not work on the agenda of John Cecil Rhodes. We are still glorifying him. Probably we have even helped him post-mortemly to reach his Cairo road connection from Cape Town. Dream or go. Let it be told, Africans started to realize the ruthlessness of the Rhodes state economy, which was now indirectly being ruled by the chiefs and directly by the Britain themselves through their governorship from England. The Africans start to feel it. Why? Because now they used to be dependent on agrarian type of lifestyles and even agriculture. Now they are forced to leave villages to go and work in what they call towns. They are not even towns for the Africans, because Africans started to find shackles where to spend nights, and eventually they created what are known as compounds or shanty compounds. They are phenomena in Zambia. They are everywhere. Those are also colonial setups. We are still honoring John Cecil Rhodes, who put Africans in environments and environs that are less than human. Now, I'll read for you a passage of how the Africans themselves were able to say in 1935, many years before Zambia became independence, they say, "Listen to this, all who live in the country. We wish on the day of April 29th, every person not to work. He will go to work, and if we see him, it will be a serious case. Know how they cause us to suffer. They cheat us for money. They arrest us for loafing. They persecute and put us in gaol for tax." Now, of course, as a lawyer, I understand the ramifications of going to a person's house who has failed to show up at work and arrest them, put them in jail for failing to go to work. And now the work they are going for is less than minimum wage work. So you can see how our people are writing. That's the importance of writing. That's the reason why I decided to change the history of Zambia by writing Zambia, Struggles of My People, putting history in our own words, so that in future, the future generation will understand how we evaluated the historic particularities of ourselves, so that we can build the future for tomorrow. It's important that we know what they went through. They wrote this tacit statement using all the language they had garnered at that time. They expressed who they were. They were being butchered. They were being arrested. Tax courts were more common than even criminal courts. Now, what do we learn from our people? They started at least to know something. But even that 1935, they were at a disadvantage until 1939. In 1939, Britain conscripted some Zambians, some Northern Rhodesians. At that time, it hadn't become Zambia yet, to go and fight on the Allied side in the Second World War. And some of these gentlemen and men returned to Zambia. And when they fought in the battle, they were fighting with white Europeans and white Britons alongside. Now, it might shock a lot of you. What is really silly and sometimes even basic knowledge started to change the facia of the nation called Zambia. It's because some soldiers came and said, I was enlightened. I almost died, but beside me there was a white man who died. I was shocked, some would say, that a white man would go to the washroom and he would give the earth the same substance I give. That basic knowledge that a white man died and used the washroom or the toilet changed the thinking of Africans. So they gave themselves some sort of accolades for having fought in the war, because it brought to them information they couldn't get at home. They were working as house servants and in the gardens, in the haciendas at home. They had no opportunity to see. If a white person was sick, probably they were taken to some hospitals in Europe where they died, and nobody knew in Africa. Now they know they have flesh and blood just like Africans. That basic information started to change the way the Zambians were thinking about ruling themselves. They now saw that the white person was inflicting chagrin and oppression on them was also susceptible to similar consequences of life, such as death and sickness. But most importantly, they began to raise a voice. 1939 is a very important stage of Zambia's development towards real political independence. The thoughts to be free from British rule started after the war, after the 1945 war. We'll take over from where we have left and we'll proceed. Thank you.